we're approaching hurricane season, and we have got the first tropical depression. It's not actually going to be like a serious storm or anything, but it's going to be rain on us starting tomorrow for days on end. Like tomorrow, they're expecting.
It's been rainy for like a week in Denver, which is very weird.
We're going to be getting like an inch and a half tomorrow, just tomorrow. And
wow,
you know, we had discovered recently, because we'd had a couple storms through here, that I still had at least one leak on the porch roof. And it's a funny thing, because when I had a couple of leaks out there, they were just small and, dealt with them. But when there was just one singular one, all the rain decided, come on, boys, we're going through the one hole we can find. Take that however you want. So today I had to, before the storm start tomorrow, I had to go out and get some materials, which I've not been sleeping great. So I've been sleeping. I got up at like 4:30 in the morning for some ridiculous reason.
Oh.
And then, the hardware store is open at 6 a.m. Cool. So my dumbass was like, oh, okay, I'm awake. Let's go to the hardware store.
You have become the old man who is at the hardware store when it opens.
Yeah.
Are your pants up to here?
No. I'm not wearing like, those shorts with the sandals and socks. Not yet. But so showed up, I got some materials, and I got goo and patch material and stuff. And the more I have to climb up on that roof, I'm starting to realize that I am not what you would call gainly. I am not lithe. I have mass, and it does not, I'm getting older, and the mass does not obey me. So whenever I get up on that roof now, it's just a wee little tiny bit terrifying, because I know I am just one little stumble away from the ground. I wonder if it will be friends with me.
Happy birthday to the ground.
But yeah, I got that. Man, it didn't even get to, I was done like about 10 a.m. and it wasn't even 85 out there, and I was already swimming. It was crazy hot out there.
But here's the thing though. If you did fall off your roof.
Yeah.
You take care of a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
So don't you think they would all come and look after you and give you cat powers like Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns?
No, they'd eat me. They'd eat.
You wouldn't be out there long enough for them to eat you. Somebody would find you.
I mean, well, no, break my neck. They just, oh, look, free food.
But there's another human in your house. It's not like they're starving. Like it wouldn't get that far. But they might give you superpowers, and then you could walk around in like a PVC outfit and whip people.
No one wants
That'd
to
be
see
fun.
that, Sarah. No one wants to see that. Actually, maybe one or two people want to see that, and they're unsettling me. Each week, Catherine, the Radio Dead Air audience, go out in the worldwide interwebs, find all sorts of horrible stuff, bring back here for a little segment we like to call What the What's Wrong With You? And definitely high. And there's a lot going on in this one. We can't even blame this on the passengers this time, because it's like, holy moly. Let's get the link here. And there we go. British Airways flight attendant found naked and dancing on San Francisco flight to London. British Airways flight attendant was arrested last week after allegedly being discovered naked and dancing inside a business class restroom mid-flight on a transatlantic journey from San Francisco International Airport to London Heathrow. The 41-year-old crew member, who was not named publicly, vanished during in-flight meal service, prompting colleagues to search the aircraft. He was eventually located in the Club World cabin bathroom, where, according to one colleague quoted by The Sun, he had turned the space into a, quote, one-man disco. Fellow staff reportedly dressed the man in first-class pajamas and restrained him in a first-class seat for the remainder of the 10.5-hour flight. Double-decker Airbus.
At least they put him in first class.
Double-decker Airbus A380, the world's largest passenger aircraft, landed safely in Heathrow. Upon arrival, officers from Metropolitan Police took the flight attendant into custody.
Is it illegal to dance naked on an airplane? I guess it's indecent exposure.
Yeah, and also, if you're dancing naked on in an airplane bathroom, there's a reason, and it's not just because you really like the music. How
do you dance in an airplane bathroom at all?
Well, apparently it was the Club World cabin bath. It was the business class.
Do they have bathrooms where you can lift your elbows? Because that's pretty nice.
It's the Airbus A380, the big giant double. I have never been on a double-decker airplane, but they exist.
No.
They have airplanes with stairs, and it's like,
technically, and I only learned this a few years ago, all airplanes are double-decker because, like, above where you ride, there's, like, beds for the flight attendants to sleep. Yeah, like, they have, like, a little secret ladder that they go up, and there's little, like, bunks up there.
Not on every plane. Not on every plane.
Say hi. Say hi. I want to drink mommy's iced tea, but I'm not allowed to.
Oh! Damn!
It's all right. I just got a little elbow. He's okay.
Well, pow!
he wants to drink my iced tea, and you can't have iced tea because you're a cat.
Well, that's not a reason why
you purr?
He can, in fact, have iced tea. It's just not a good idea.
I honestly don't know what iced tea would do to a cat.
Oh.
But also, he sticks his tongue in his butthole, so I don't want his face in my iced tea. I don't think that's unreasonable. Sir.
What the? So you're in the middle of a 10.5-hour flight and you pop off for some in-flight entertainment? Like, what the fuck did you take, bro?
Yeah. Or he just hasn't slept in like 3 weeks. All right, go to the bench then.
I am going to lean more heavily toward can't handle his drugs. You can't handle it. We are going to Thailand for the next one. We have all had jobs. The retail jobs are the worst because you get so much responsibility with none of the decision-making abilities and everything.
And no money.
And you are expected to handle all manner of scenarios. This one, however, is probably a unique one to be handled. Thai elephant raids convenience store, eats snacks, and leaves without paying.
That would make my fucking day in any of the retail jobs I have ever had. That would be the best day ever.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, because elephants are pretty gentle if you don't fuck with them.
Well, this is a bull
They're
elephant.
Very intelligent. Yeah, but if you don't fuck with them, they have no reason to fuck with you.
Convenience store in northeastern Thailand has had to contend with an unusual shoplifter, a large male elephant who scoffed down boxes of rice crackers before casually walking out. Daylight robbery has gone viral in Thailand after the Here is Khao Yai Facebook page posted a video on Monday showing the giant creature, known locally as Plai Byang Lek, ambling into the shop, head brushing the ceiling, guzzling snacks. There he is, just and then strolling out.
Like, they know him.
Yeah, they know him, but not usually. He's like, you know what? Today he's going into the convenience store.
Okay.
This would officially be
would be thrilled. As long as I didn't get stomped to death, like I would just stay the fuck out of his way and be so excited.
They can poop an entire person's body weight, Tara.
Right. Well, you stay out of his way.
Yeah,
if you're that close, you got other problems.
But when he's gone, whose responsibility is all that shit?
Oh, well, after that, I quit. It would be my best day and my last day at that job.
It's a function. When the elephant comes in the store, that's fucking I quit day. That is officially.
You know what? I've seen enough to know I have seen too much.
I would not be able to process this shit. I mean, I would stress out so much. I'd be like, could you please, could you go?
Here's the thing, though.
Could you?
I'm a white lady.
Go.
And white ladies think that everything is friend-shaped. White ladies think that every animal wants us to put a sweater on it and bring it to Starbucks for a pup cup. It's a psychosis we have.
Bull elephants do not want that. Bull elephants are like,
no, but we think they do.
Bull elephants are like, everything I see is mine, and if you come near me, I'm going to put these giant long white tusks right through your skull.
I'm not saying it's not wrong. I'm just saying it is a common white lady psychosis, which I have. That they are all friend-shaped, so why not friend?
Because murder, Tara. The elephants will fucking murder you. They have no time for your shit. So they are very smart. They're very affectionate with their own kind, but they also have no time for your shit.
You're talking to a person whose entire house is a shrine to the noble and majestic hippo.
Yeah.
Which is made of murder.
Yeah. So we constantly make the no, you're just going to yell at me joke because it keeps being applicable somehow. But my God, this one is just like, you got me in a box here. Port Townsend suspect climbs 80-foot tree to evade deputies, talked down after 8-hour standoff. Man wanted an active Department of Correction. No, he's just gonna yell at me. Man wanted on an active Department of Corrections escape warrant was safely taken into custody Thursday after climbing 80 feet up a tree, threatening suicide during an hours-long standoff. In addition to the escape warrant, the man was also a suspect in 2 separate burglary and theft investigations. Police found the man's vehicle hidden in the woods and called for additional units. Before reinforcements arrived, the suspect spotted a patrol car and ran toward the nearby Caswell Brown Village neighborhood. Using a drone, deputies tracked the man as he climbed a large cedar tree, climbing approximately 80 feet in an attempt to avoid arrest. There's a flaw in your logic.
Yeah.
Because eventually you are going to run out of up.
Yeah. And they will eventually just call. I don't know why they didn't just call the fire department.
The fire department would have come along, yeah.
Who have trucks with very, very long ladders on them.
And it's Port Townsend. Where's this? Washington? I believe it's Washington.
I don't
know. Jefferson County. Where's they're so terrible about saying where these reports are from.
Local news doesn't really tell you where they are. Like there's a
Port.
Okay.
Yeah,
like there's a Jefferson County in Colorado, but I don't think this is it.
Washington has, a lot of experience with dealing with trees, cutting them down, climbing them, all that stuff.
Yeah.
They've got if you were trying to escape the police, a tree is literally your worst option.
I don't know about that.
Well, it's a bad one. Because you're not going to escape. You're not going to escape.
No.
It's
they
not
will
like
wait you out.
Yeah, it's not like they're going to be like, oh, well, we got to go.
Yeah.
My mom's calling me for dinner. No, that's not how that works.
Like a wild animal, you got a chance they will get distracted or bored and wander off. The cops aren't going to do that.
Also, I cannot imagine holding on to a tree for 8 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got to think you found a branch to sit on at least.
No, Tara, if I was up 80 feet in the air, I would be like a spider monkey on the fucking tree. It's 80 feet in the air.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, good Lord. There is no, it's not a ladder to heaven, okay? There's a finite.
If you lose your grip, it could be.
There is a finite path you can take.
Yeah.
What the a tree? Mary, moving to Illinois for this one. And quite often in these stories, we encounter crooks who their efforts are far below, well, their efforts are far exceeding the actual gains they're going to make from their escapades. This one is probably, like Sussex retail theft leads to 24-mile chase to Illinois men charged. 2 men are accused of stealing nearly $1,400 worth of goods from a Dollar Tree and a Walgreens.
$1,400 from a Dollar Tree is a lot of stuff.
That's did you load the store on the back of the truck?
Yeah. Because I don't think literally everything is $1 at those places anymore. But
investigators say two men went to the Dollar Tree on Sunday, the 18th, 2025, and each stole a backpack and a laundry basket and filled them with merchandise. Roughly 20 minutes later, detectives say the same men went to Walgreens and stole antacid, memory supplements, and women's Rogaine. The haul here was nearly $1,400.
Well, they win the Walmart game.
Yeah. What 3 things?
Except they skipped the cashier part. So
investigators say the driver nearly hit several of the cars, a motorcycle, and even avoided stop sticks. They reached more than 100 miles an hour. Top speed was 130 miles an hour. They found the suspect's vehicle at the Mitchell interchange. 33-year-old Gindial Lyons and 31-year-old Gindial and 31-year-old Sylvester McMurray ran away. Nearly a dozen officers swarmed the on-ramp, take the men into custody. What we know, Lyons told police he, quote, needed the stuff from Dollar Tree.
What? Somebody had to ask why, right? Why did you need antacid, memory supplements, and women's Rogaine.
Oh, he denied taking anything from Walgreens and denied flashing a gun at the clerk because he left the store.
Because also, I'm looking at the mugshots, and neither of these guys needs Rogaine. They both have a pretty great head of hair.
Yeah, they're fine. So what happened here was these two managed to pull off 100 to 130 mile per hour driving, avoid stop sticks. The police had to catch up with them later. They were winning. Why a Dollar Tree? Like, you could have hit a jewelry store.
Yeah.
You had the skills, quite literally, to pay the bills.
But the jewelry store didn't have Tums and Nariva.
This, this speaks. What is it, like a low self-esteem thing? Do you know, like, was this like an imposter syndrome? Like, nah, we're just gonna do the Dollar Tree. I don't feel like
maybe it was the training run. You start small, you work up.
How much smaller could you possibly start?
I am really mystified by the choice of booty, though.
Chris 9000 says Ocean's $11. Oh. Yeah, I mean,
and I promise you the employees, because like when I worked at Spencer Gifts, our loss prevention policy was pretty much let them take it and hope they get caught at a different store, which they usually did. So I promise you, I'm guessing because Dollar Trees are chronically understaffed that the policy is very similar.
I am not going to die for a discount USB cable. Okay.
No, I didn't see shit.
I am not going to die for a suspiciously oddly colored spatula. All right. I am not going to die for off-brand Captain Crunch. You want that shit? Have it. The fuck?
I mean, you seem like you have the worst case of heartburn ever, and you've forgotten about it. So, go with God.
Next one, this is from Missouri, Excelsior Springs, Missouri. And I don't really believe in God, but sometimes you have to think to yourself, maybe the big man's trying to tell you something, or the big lady, depending on how you see it. But maybe you think that they're trying to tell you to something. I don't exactly know what, but they're definitely saying something. Car crashes into roof of Veterans Hall for the second time in 3 months. Quote, they just got that fixed. Veterans Hall in Missouri is having deja vu after a second car crashed through the roof within 3 months. The car crash happened at the Clay Ray Veterans Hall on St. Louis Avenue in Excelsior Springs. The Excelsior Springs Police Department confirmed Wednesday morning that one person was injured after driving their car through the roof of the Veterans Hall. Officials say this is the second time this type of crash has happened
where?
There.
Space? Do you see this picture? How does that happen?
People working at the building say they were a week or so away from reopening after fixing damage from the last crash. And Wednesday's crash, officer said they are still looking for whether the driver had a medical emergency or if impairment was a factor. The driver is reportedly able to walk himself to the ambulance. And the first crash, a sex offender from Kansas was trying to outrun police and crashed into the Veterans Hall roof during a chase. Well, that's something you don't want.
Bad fucking luck.
It's not like offenders just fall out of the sky,
But that is the hand of the universe smacking you clear across the fucking face. You're a sex offender on the run and you crash into the VFW hall?
Yeah. The Veterans Hall sits below a roadway that is on a hill, making the roof parallel with traffic. One woman who lives nearby says she doesn't believe the street is the problem, but rather the drivers. If you drive the speed limit, it's not an issue, Lisa Reinhardt said. It's 25 mile per hour speed limit through here, so it shouldn't be an issue unless you're blatantly not listening to the speed limit. Lisa.
Obvious point is obvious. No, they're bad drivers. Yes, Lisa, thank you for that mind-blowing observation.
It's also the damage put a strain on the American Legion nonprofit organization to pay bills and make donations to the community. They rely on bingo nights to bring in money, but without being open for bingo nights, the organization isn't making any money. That sucks. But Stell said despite the back-to-back crashes, they have no plan to move the hall to a different location. The American Legion has been a location for 100 years. Quote, we're staying here.
Maybe we need a wall on the side of that roadway.
I mean, if it's a hill, it looks like there was some launching done there because there is a there's a
that's
fence.
What I'm saying.
There's a metal fence there, and it went over that.
That car looks like it fell from space.
It does, doesn't
like
it?
The Tesla that Jeff Bezos shot up into fucking space, came back down.
Wrong. No.
Bezos must. Yeah, Elon. I don't remember.
Yeah.
They all look the same to me.
They are kind of interchangeable, you know. It's like it's like you're playing Street Fighter and you're flipping from Ken to Ryu. You know, it's the same.
Yeah.
Jeez, you'd think after the second car comes to the ceiling, I'd be like, you know what, I'm out.
It does feel like a sign. There's a little store in Denver I like to go to. It's an entire store run by witches. It's a witchcraft store, and everyone on staff is a different type of witch, like a plant witch, a divination witch, whatever. It's like, you know, the Agatha All Along coven running a store. But they have really cool shit. They have cool crystals, all kinds of cool plants, books. The shop literally got hit by lightning last week. A bolt of lightning struck a hole through their ceiling and left a burn scar on the marble floor.
Damn.
The witchcraft store. Makes me a little nervous. Probably going to go back anyway. I like my shiny rocks.
Last one this week. This is without a doubt one of the, if not the worst, one of the top 5 worst first dates anyone could possibly have. Well, you got it. He doesn't do shit halfway. That's for damn sure. Oh my God. There were only minor injuries, thankfully. Somehow no one died. Driver jailed for crash that wrecked 5 police cars in Newcastle during first date.
Wow.
And you want to see what the crash looked like? That's what the fucking crash looked like. That one car in the very foreground is barely a car anymore.
Yeah.
Personal trainer who was on a first date when he caused a catastrophic collision on the A1 that wrecked 5 police cars has been jailed for 14 months. Judge at Newcastle Crown Court on Monday told Maziar Azarbanat, I said that right, 20, it was, quote, nothing short of a miracle no one was more seriously injured or there were not multiple fatalities in the incident that led to 7 officers needing hospital treatment and causing traffic disruption across the northeast of England. Court heard that Azarbanad, failed to stop when pursued by police and at one point reached a speed of more than 120 miles per hour in his BMW X5. Courtney Redfern, who was being driven home after a date, told him several times to stop. The barrister said, quote, in her opinion, she thought he could have killed someone. Early in the evening, he pled guilty of dangerous driving over the crash. Dramatic pictures the following day showed the wreck. Police wanted to stop him because he was driving over the speed limit and had defective rear lights. Court heard he had brought the vehicle on finance despite having a provisional driving license, no insurance. Later admitting to officers he had paid for only 3 driving lessons. Arzarbanad initially pulled over for police, but when an officer approached his car on foot, he said, quote, "Nah," and made off at speed, according to his passenger.
If you look at the picture of this guy, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah,
he's got the broccoli haircut, the workout t-shirt that's a little too small.
Yeah. He was interviewed. He described his driving as shit, but did not accept he braked harshly and said the police chasing him were traveling too fast. Well, you see, what the reason
police were traveling too fast? Were they? I wonder why.
The reason they're going fast when they're chasing you is you are going fast. Like,
ergo,
I don't know.
Ipso facto.
If you're concerned about speed in a police chase, might I refer you to one O.J. Simpson? If you want an object demonstration of how you could have rectified this situation. I love that the date is like, fuck this guy. How bad did the rest of that date have to go, do you think?
Pretty bad.
Like,
does it mention like what they did on the date? Probably not. I guess that's not vital information.
Yeah, it does not.
He probably thought he was really impressing her with his fancy car that goes vroom.
Yeah, no, that's not that's not how you like. Good. How the fuck do you do that?
To complain that the police were driving too fast.
The audacity.
How dare you chase me? That's really not safe, man.
Look at the fuck. I don't even know how he did that. That is amazing.
I can't imagine being the girl in that car when he finally stops. Like, I don't know if I would be leaping out of that car as though there was an ejector seat, or if I would be trying to fold myself under the seat so that nobody had to see me with this person. Maybe both at the same time. And I would just implode.
Never using Tinder again. Not ever. Motherfucker.
This is what, man, like, sometimes people ask me, like, oh, are you dating? And I'm like, no. Oh, God, no. No.
Yeah, in the days following his
bitch with the cats and the shiny rocks.
In the days that followed his release on bail, he continued to drive to the gym where he worked before he was arrested at a petrol station.
Of course he works at a gym. Come on. Could you be more the stereotype?
Like, bro, dude, my dude, my bro.
He is like the Uber douchebag.
You just wrecked 5 cop cars and you're out on bail for not having a fucking license. And you're like, well, time to go to work.
In a BMW that you will be paying off for the rest of your life.
Oh, he damaged that too. Because the BMW is
Tara
right
once
there
had
in the
a
middle
boyfriend.
of all that.
No, the guy that drove staples into his leg to try and impress me was not my boyfriend. That guy never had a shot in hell. Just to be clear.
Oh my God. Do you think he tried to call her? Do you think he did?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, he didn't try to call her. He texted you. He texted her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you up?
Yeah. So for first thing we've learned is
Douchebag's gonna douche.
If the police seem to be driving too fast, maybe glance at your speedometer. Maybe just have a look. I'm not just,
Maybe in the words of Taylor Allison Swift, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
We have learned that maybe if two cars in rapid succession come through your roof just after you have fixed the roof, somebody's trying to tell you something.
But who and what?
Well, I think at least part of it is move.
Like, is there a god of cars?
We've learned that if you could evade the police at triple-digit speeds and stop sticks and all of that, aim higher than the dollar store. You have potential. Explore it. We have learned that trees are not viable escape routes.
No, unless you're a squirrel.
Yeah. Are you a squirrel, sir? No? Then come down. We have learned that when an elephant walks into your convenience store, it's a good day to quit.
Yeah, it's your last day.
That's your last day. That's it. You're
I'm
done.
not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah. They're going to have to hire somebody to deal with that, and that somebody is not going to be you.
Fuck no.
And we have learned that if you end up dancing naked in an airplane bathroom on a 10.5-hour flight, honey, you can't handle your drugs. You can't.
No.
Bless your heart. Maybe you wanted something with a little less kick, like Flintstone vitamins, maybe.